Hey there, Brickies. So today we're gonna do some Donkey Kong gameplay. That is an original Nintendo dedicated cabinet. But before that, I just want to give today's shoutouts. Today's shoutouts go to Michael Games and Meme and Butch No Me. I hope I pronounced your names correctly. If I butchered your names, I apologize. And I thank each and every one of you that are watching today's video. Let's get right into it. Alright, so just 1/4, one try. So I'm basically gonna explain why I have this cabinet and why I chose to get it. I hope the camera angle is good. I'm using just the GoPro. So Donkey Kong, obviously one of my favorite games of all time. You know, when I was younger, I played this game a lot, the NES version of it. I also have it on Game Boy, the NES Classics. I played that one a lot as well. Plays a lot different. It plays similar, but it's still a lot different. So anyways, I really wanted this cabinet. I had the Mario Bros cabinet already. And, you know, I had seen King of Kong a lot. It's probably one of my favorite documentaries. I think it's one of the best documentaries ever made. Not just for video games, but in general. I think it's just a masterpiece. You know, everyone that I suggest to watch it, they always enjoy it. So, I mean, that speaks something. Even people that aren't into video games enjoy the documentary. So I'm scouring eBay, you know, OfferUp, LetGo, all those good apps, and this guy at a antique store had a Donkey Kong, but he wanted like $1,800 for it. It was in the middle of downtown LA. I talked him down to $1,500, but you know, I just felt like it was just an okay price. $1,500, I just didn't feel comfortable. I didn't really have like it would have been like everything I would have had, so I wouldn't have been able to like restore it or anything, so it would have just been, you know, whatever the condition it was in the pictures. So I waited, and eventually another one came up on OfferUp this time, and the guy, I believe, wanted $1,300 for it. Talked him down to $1,000, so $1,000 even, and I decided to go like at 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night, which probably wasn't the brightest idea. But I tend to make those decisions, you know, the heat of the moment decisions. I was like, somebody's probably going to get this soon. He said that he had a lot of offers, but, you know, people tend to say that very often. And right now what I'm doing is point pressing. I'm not the best Donkey Kong player, but I'll point press when I can. So I get there, but in his neighborhood, I kid you not, usually you have a lot of street lamps and, you know, it's well lit, but this neighborhood, there was maybe a street lamp every like 5 roads, every 5 streets. It was like ridiculous. You could not see anything. And, you know, it took me a while to find the guy's house because everything looked the same, and I just died. Everything looked the same. And it was just very confusing, but eventually I found it, and I was I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit hesitant, and you know, thinking you know, seeing my life flash before my life. Maybe it wasn't that dramatic, but you know, you just think about all these things, you know, all the horror stories, you know. So luckily I brought couple of my buddies, and you know, this guy opens up his garage, and he was actually a really cool dude. He had a lot of cabinets. He had a Popeye, he had a pinball machine and all that good stuff, but he just didn't want Donkey Kong anymore. I want to say he made a 60-in-1. That's why he didn't need it anymore, and he said his favorite game was Popeye, so that's why he was letting go of Donkey Kong. But you know, after playing it for a while, I just knew it was the right decision. So I'm able to, you know, bring it home, and you know, it was in pretty good condition. All it needed was new T-molding and new side art, and I want to say the marquee light lit up for a while, but then it eventually burnt out like maybe a couple weeks later, a month later. So overall, pretty good condition. I was pretty happy with my purchase. So the reason I wanted Donkey Kong, I think it's just, you know, the history behind it. You know, Mario's first game, the King of Kong documentary, just a lot of stuff writing the game. And, you know, it's, in my opinion, it's the reason Nintendo was what it was for a while and still to this day. You know, you just can't go anywhere without hearing Mario's name. I mean, who doesn't know about Mario? So I just knew I had to have Mario's debut game, and you know, I grew up playing it. So I'm really happy to have it. I wish I was better at the game. I've had this cabinet for, I want to say, like a year and a half, maybe 2 years now. You know, one day I would like to kill screen the game. My best game is like 300,000. Which is respectable. I can get to like level 10, 11 around there. But I can't really point press yet. Only on, you know, only on very few stages I can point press. So right now we're going to level 3, which is board 6, I believe. So I hope I hope the story is entertaining so far. So anyways, that's the Donkey Kong story. I also got the book How to Win at Donkey Kong. It's pretty hard to come by now. I used to read that book during work. You know, I would read that book every day pretty much, and it's a good book. So if you guys haven't heard of it, How to Win at Donkey Kong, it's a pretty cool book from 1981, I believe. You know, the level I struggle the most with is the springboard level, or the elevator board, whatever you want to call it. I can just never judge the springs correctly on the later stages. Now the Pie Factory, you just wait on the left and wait for all the fireballs to spawn. I'm not doing good. No excuses though. Do you guys have trouble when you're on camera and, you know, trying to explain something while playing? That's something I struggle with. But again, it's not about performance this game. It's just about telling the story and showing you guys some gameplay. But let me know, do you guys want me to do some live streams where I try to get like a high record in Donkey Kong, high score in Donkey Kong? Or I try to get like a high score in Donkey Kong, maybe even kill screen Donkey Kong eventually, since you know, there's not much going on during, you know, these days. You know, I would like to go to the Kong off one day if I can get, you know, better at Donkey Kong. I should be playing this game a lot more because I freaking own a cabinet after all. But, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I am, there's a lot of games to play. You know, I'm always online on Xbox and... Alright, sorry, I thought my camera had died. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, I like to play Donkey Kong more than I do, but unfortunately I just don't play it enough. And, you know, it's something that I'm gonna try to work into my schedule. Just at least playing like 1 or 2 games every day, just to like get the motions down. And, you know, this is like my first game in like, I want to say 2 weeks. No, maybe like my first game in like a week, which isn't good because, you know, people would literally die. People would like kill for these. I mean, everybody wants a Donkey. I mean, which isn't good because I think a lot of people would want Donkey Kong in their home. So, what do you think? Should I start live streaming? It doesn't even have to be this game. It could be Mario Bros. Popeye eventually when I fix it. I have a Popeye story too, so as soon as I fix the cabinet, I will be sharing that story. I hope this video isn't dragging on. I'm just trying to make sure I cover everything, which I know I'm forgetting a lot of stuff, but oh well. So right now I'm not playing good. I'm on my last life, and you know, at least if I can get 100,000, I think that's respectable. So let's try to do that. point press a little bit. Okay. So we're at 58,700, which isn't very good, but you know, we're almost, you know, 60% there to 100,000. I hope you guys I hope it's picking up okay on the GoPro. So let me know what your favorite arcade games are in the comments below. For some reason, I just, you know, Donkey Kong's always like been the game I like. I also really enjoy, I know this has nothing to do with it, but I really enjoy the Star Wars trilogy game. I think because I grew up with that game as well. It was at the Chuck E. Cheese that I used to go to like literally every week. That's the game I would play, that and skee ball and the basketball Papa Shot. Those are literally the only games I played. That would be really cool if Arcade 1-Up released the Star Wars trilogy. Not to be confused with the Star Wars Atari cabinet. I think also the movie theater had it as well. But the one I played the most was the sit-down version of the Star Wars trilogy. I almost got a Star Wars trilogy cabinet. I want to say it was like $300 for a good reason, because that game takes up way too much space, the sit-down version. I would like to get the stand-up version just for space consideration, but you know, they're pretty hard to come by nowadays. Alright, so we're getting you know, we're getting close to 100,000. I feel like if I can beat level 4, we'll be at 100,000. We're at 83,400, so having a decent game after all. After that, I probably just jinx myself. This is the board right here. This is gonna make or break the game right here. Whew, okay, so we got a good chance now. So I think the Kong Off's not gonna be in California this year. I think it's gonna move. You know, I was supposed to go to the last one, but I couldn't make it down. I couldn't get the days off. So hopefully the next one I can at least attend. I don't know if I'm nowhere near good enough to compete in it, but one day I hope. Alright, so I don't think I'm gonna beat this board right here. There's no way. Wow, that was lucky. Alright, so we're coming up on 100,000. We're at 92,100. So we're on level 5 now. So I just try to get up here as quick as I can because I'm not good enough to point press yet. Alright, so there it is. 100,700 right now. Alright, hopefully that fireball goes to the left. Alright, cool. You guys want to see next on this channel, I could do more gameplay videos like this. Just let me know. Oh, that's the game right there. So 109,400. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Just a little quick gameplay of Donkey Kong. And if you're new to this channel, or if you haven't already, please consider subscribing by clicking this icon right here. There's going to be another video followed by a playlist. I post a lot of arcade and video game related content, so if that interests you, consider subscribing today. And remember, until next time, see you next time.